This is the all-new 2022 Volkswagen Taos SE. This Taos we're looking at has a pure white exterior and it has an MSRP of around $30,000. Now, the Taos is Volkswagen's new subcompact SUV. It's basically, at least this is what I think, it's basically a lifted Golf, but it's not a performance SUV. It's like a small SUV. It's based on the Mark 7.5 Golf, like interior wise and pretty much styling wise. It's very similar to the Mark 7.5 Golf. Same door handles, lots of familiar Volkswagen parts and Volkswagen styling in this vehicle. You can see you have your cloud text interior, and you also have leatherette, contrast, and cloth contrast. Interesting 3 contrasts. Now that we're inside the Taos, let's see the door panel materials. This up here is soft touch, but it's not very soft. Down here, more soft touch and contrast trim. So you have black here, you have gray here, you have black here. This is very, very hard. Plasticky. These switches, they don't feel that pleasant. They feel okay. And some blue contrast right here. Door handle. All that right there. Cubby space on here. This blue trim reminds me of my mom's very, very old Jetta. I remember she told me it had like blue in the interior. So Volkswagen apparently bought that back. So blue here. Down here you have great contrast. You have your lighting controls right there. So you have your on, auto, lights, and you have your other lighting controls. I personally leave it on auto. Now here is your digital cockpit. It is your Volkswagen cockpit. Let's go ahead and close the door, and you can see it does have a little animation. It's a small size, but I mean it does the job. Leatherette steering wheel. Not leather wrapped. You have all your controls right here. You can use these controls to interact with your screen in the middle and your infotainment system. These controls are more of your cruise control. You have your volume button, and this is like your voice assistant, and this is more for like the infotainment system. As you can see, the infotainment system took quite some time to load. Anyways, here you have your very standard Volkswagen infotainment system. It is responsive. You have voice commands at least, but it's responsive and everything. It's such a boring infotainment system. It literally reminds me of a 2015 Golf infotainment, and we're in 2022. But I'll have to admit, it's better than Ontune, which is Toyota's infotainment system, which isn't great either. But to be honest, I would take a Corolla Cross over this Taos. Because this Taos is, I don't know, it's just such a boring little crossover. And I expect things like the infotainment system and the gauge cluster and the seats to be more premium. And this is a German car. This is supposed to be the more premium offering. On a more positive note, you can adjust your sound system, and you can see you have your vehicle status in your tire pressure monitoring system right here in the infotainment. You can also control all of your infotainment system settings. This particular SE trim does not have navigation. I wish it did, especially this price point. It's $30,000. It's supposed to be the more premium German offering. It's supposed to have more features and it's supposed to be more premium because it is a German car after all. Volkswagen's always been known for its more premium things, but this is far from premium for the class. What I found surprising is that you do have weather alerts. I haven't seen this in other cars. So here you have 2 air vents, your hazards control, you have your heated seats, you have 3-stage heated seats, and all of your standard climate controls, such as your AC, circulation, the vents, you can turn it off completely. Single zone climate control, 6 fan speeds, your different zones. Here's your connectivity. You have 2 USB-C ports, a 12-volt outlet right here. A little bit hard to open. There we go. Gotta open and it stays open, which is good. You have a wireless charge down here, which is nice to see. Small space. You have your engine source stuff that in. Electronic parking brake as well. And here's your gear shifter. This gear shifter controls your 8-speed automatic transmission. You can also shift the gears manually by putting it to the right. You can shift it manually through all the 8 gears. Lots of blinking switches, very typical Volkswagen. Although you do have engine start stop, but you can turn it off if you want. I would definitely personally turn it off. Cubby space right here, little storage cutout, 2 cup holders, armrest, white contrast, nothing in there. These Cloudtech seats, they're okay. I mean, they're okay. They're better. I have to say they're better than VTEC's leather, but they're okay. You also have cloth inserts right here. Cloudtech, it's not bad, but it's not like super comfy. It could be a lot more comfy, but this is good for short trips. You have your glove box. Actually, a pretty big size for considering this size of vehicle. Trim right here, blue trim as well. Storage cutout right here on the dash. Standard rear view mirror. All of your SOS controls. Sunglasses holder. I think that latch is gonna break very quickly. I have 2 lights up here. You can also control your rear lights from the front seats. And yeah, very basic cabin, but I mean it has, I guess you can say it has most of the things you need in a car like this. Your door panel material is back here a little bit different from the front. Up here, hard touch, and and very little padding. Mostly hard touch up here. Black, gray. They have little padding, very little padding for arm. That's very hard. Little cutout, window switch, could be space. Very bare bones. This is a double with the B pillar. And I actually have a good amount of space back here. I can stretch my legs. Good amount of space back here. You have your 2 pockets for your cubby, for your storage. You also have 2 small air vents. And you can turn it on or off with this switch. I really don't understand why they put this cutout. It's kind of useless. You can't really put anything in there, but okay, I guess. You have USB-C port right there. And you have your leatherette armrest. 2 cup holders are right here. Very easy to clean. Armrest. Ugh. Super firm. The Cloud Tech seats here in the back. Let's see, how are they? I mean, they're not, they're just passable, I guess. Cloth right here, and your Cloud Techs. This right here is like vinyl. And this is Cloud Techs. You can see the difference, definitely. Stitching along here. They're just passable seats. It's okay. It's like manageable to sit back here. And here's what it looks like from the rear seats. Let's go ahead and check out the cargo space. Just press that button right there and the lift gate will open. Especially for the class, there is quite a bit of room back here to store some things. This is a great grocery hauler. You can put lots of groceries in here, or you can put small items such as maybe a chair, or you can put like maybe a dog bed. It's not a huge trunk, but it's actually pretty good, especially for the class. I'm surprised how Volkswagen managed to have so much cargo space in such a small vehicle. You also have your roadside assistance kit and a first aid kit. Let's go ahead and close right here. So thank you so much for watching this review of the 2022 Volkswagen Taos SE. Overall, okay car. Volkswagen could have done a much better job. I'm sorry for complaining so much, but I know Volkswagen could have done a much better job. This is supposed to be a more premium offering, since that is a German brand as well. But anyways, I think this is a good rental car. And it's a good get-around car if you don't drive much and you just need a little commuter car that's a hit more premium than other competitors. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.